Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And this week is a big week for toy nerds, because Masters of the Universe is back in theaters in an all new version. And to celebrate the release of a toy franchise making its way back into theaters, we of course have some new action figures. So Masters of the Universe, the new film version, of course, this is the launch of the deluxe articulation Masters of the Universe Chronicles line. We did get a chance to take an early look at these back at New York Toy Fair at the Javits Center. But now we have the final release versions of these. So what better way to celebrate some He-Man and Masters of the Universe with He-Man and Skeletor themselves. So first, a quick tour of the packaging here. For those who are keeping these minty, you get some really great artwork from the film, as well as really great logo treatment. We've got some raised letters there. Overall, great job on the box art there. You can also, when you put them together, He-Man and Skeletor here, you can see they kind of look back to back. So if you're keeping the boxes, the spines are also really well done there for display purposes. On the back, you get some rendered art, as well as some action figure photography poses of the characters there. And then, of course, your cross-sell. So in this case, Wave 1 being He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Triclops. And then the other part of Wave 1, which is Trapjaw and Skeletor. So really great big window on the box too. You can see everything that you get. So you can see the figure as well as any accessories that they come with. He-Man and Skeletor come with their iconic weapons, which is great. There is not a whole lot here else to say about the packaging, so I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna get these guys into the light box and take a closer look at the brand new Masters of the Universe Chronicles He-Man and Skeletor from the new film. Let's go. Alright folks, there you have it. There are He-Man and Skeletor out of the package. And I'm going to be honest, the versions that I felt at New York Toy Fair are very similar to the final product that we have here. Might have actually even been, truthfully, production samples at that point. But now that I have them, I can see their accessories. I can see them in good light, not dramatic Javits Center Mattel booth lighting. I can give it a more fair review of these, frankly. So let's start off with our titular character, the master of the universe himself, He-Man. First of all, I don't know, it's interesting. Very familiar, obviously, with Mattel action figures, especially in their wrestling figure realm. I'm no stranger to Masters of the Universe either. I don't know what I was expecting with these, but there are some really interesting things happening here with the articulation. First of all, there is kind of like a WWE Ultimate Edition, right? You have your butterfly joints, your double jointed torso here. So you've got both the upper diaphragm articulation, basically that whole kind of like double ball joint system, right? So you have a separate abdominal piece, a separate chest piece, and then both of those peg into each other with barbell ball and joint systems, right? So it does give you, a decent amount of articulation forward, decent back. You do have the double jointed neck, which is really nice. So again, 2 separate neck pieces there, 2 different systems of barbells, which gives He-Man quite a bit of range of motion there. The likeness is really nice. It's a very strong likeness. Again, if you are familiar at all with Mattel's WWE product, you know that where the likenesses lie, and they're usually pretty accurate. And there's that printing technique and scanning technique is definitely present here. So, and I can say that too across the board. The Idris Elba Man-at-Arms figure, for instance, they do look good. What's different here, and I guess what I wasn't really expecting, is the articulation system, I guess is the right word that I'm searching for. The double jointed elbows and knees both feature a system that is almost more import, I would say, as opposed to what we're used to seeing in kind of domestically sold toys. So something more akin to what you'd see on a Mafex figure, or even a, not so much a Figma figure. I'm thinking more Mafex. These are more Mafex type joints, which is nice. It does have that kind of, like I said, SH Figure Arts Mafex kind of visible joint system. That is also pinless, which is nice, right? You don't have any of those big pins there. There are points of articulation that are hidden, so you do get things like a boot swivel. You do get the bicep swivel up here like usual. I was having some issues with these figures and swapping hands where the entire post was coming out. So you can see when you pull the hand off, unlike something like a WWE figure that has the post connected to the hand directly, the post is double-sided in the joint there. So it doesn't happen every time, as you can see. It didn't happen this time, but in pulling the hands off, in a couple instances, the entire post came with it, and it can be sort of difficult to remove. Had to use my teeth. I don't recommend that. But yeah, that was interesting. I don't know what I was expecting. I know a lot of people are comparing these to potentially what we might see for the new DC figures as we edge closer to the launch of those collectible editions in 2027. But you do get 2 sets of hands with He-Man, so you get fists and you get C-grips. He is able to hold his sword in either hand. Having him hold the sword with 2 hands is challenging. One, the pommel or the handle on the sword isn't really long enough for that sort of thing, and he's so bulky and muscular, as He-Man, I guess, should be, that getting him to cross his arms far enough to actually get that double grip on is exceedingly difficult. The hands will pop off as you try to do it. I'm gonna try to get it to hold here just for a second so you can see what it does look like. You can make it happen. It's not impossible, as you see there, but you can see he's barely holding on to the bottom of the sword there with the second hand. It doesn't look particularly terrible. I think, it's pretty passable. I don't know how much He-Man is using 2 hands to wield this sword. It seems like it is a little bit of a shorter, blade in scale to him. And the old He-Man figures were never able to cross their arms either. So I guess it's yet to be seen how much 2-handed sword wielding He-Man will be doing in the film. But more of the same with Skeletor as we move on to him. This is definitely the stronger of the 2 figures for me personally. I love the deco on Skeletor, especially throughout his weird baby blue body. There are some really interesting, I think that the term is washes or oversprays on his body that kind of show the texture of everything. They are this kind of like white chalkiness contrasting with blue. Again, looks really cool. And of course, he's got the articulated jaw, which just looks fantastic. So you can make that as expressive as you want to. Unlike He-Man, he gets a fist and a maniacal laugh hand, we'll say. You know, he gets that kind of open clawed hand, which is really nice. Same articulation as He-Man. Definitely a different body, you know, in terms of mold. Again, all of those individual little details and everything. The texture on the cape is crazy. The amount of texturing there is a remarkable amount. The shreddedness on the bottom. I think a lot of people were hoping that this was going to be soft goods with a wire in it. I'm not gonna lie, that would have definitely made this a better figure. You know, this cape looks like it is a really, really thick woven fabric, and unfortunately it's a little stiff. You know, there's not a whole lot you can do with it in terms of action poses. It kind of just exists. As part of the cowl, which is connected to his head, it does cover the crimes of the back of the cape. So again, just you know, as you pose him, just be careful about how you want to you know, prevent showing any kind of gappage or things like that as you pose him around. But because of the way that the head is constructed, you do get quite a bit of articulation and movement out of it, which is really, really nice. I love the redesign of his staff. It definitely pays homage to the original, while also looking like super menacing and demonic, which is great. So I recently saw a clip from this film where it does look like they are going to play up the campiness of the character a little bit, which I think is fabulous. They should totally be doing that. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, hopefully Jared Leto sticks the landing here and gives us a Skeletor that is both a little scary, a little menacing, and maybe even just a little silly. One thing that I will say, which I thought was a really strange idea, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to come up on camera here. It might be a little challenging. So the way that the figure was packaged, see, I can see it, but I don't think you can. Let's see if I'm gonna try one more angle there. Okay. This right here, there you go. Yeah, you can see it. That is a hole straight through the cape that, there, you can kind of see my skin tone in the hole there. There was a security tag, like one of the little like plastic tabby things that we're used to seeing in all of our action figure packaging, but it actually was pierced the cape, and I think it's there obviously as theft prevention, but it does leave a hole in the cape, and when you hold it up to the light, you could see straight through that hole. So I can't recall that happening in a plastic action figure. I've seen that through fabric, and fabric tends to be a little more forgiving in that regard. But yeah, just strange decision there on Mattel's part to put the security tag right through the plastic cape. But yeah, hopefully they don't continue to do that. But ultimately, you know, some minor gripes aside, like I said, the thing with the hands and the posts coming with the hands in some instances. Other than that, you know, I think this new articulation system that they've developed is promising. I think it could probably still use with some tweaks. There's still not a whole lot of articulation in the abdomen. You know, the ab crunch is kind of not present. I'm sure, you know, the toy customizers on the market are going to, much like they do with many other action figures, are probably going to take these apart and bore out the middle and, you know, give them that channel so that way they can articulate a little bit better. But these are great. I love the scale of them. So you can see standing next to a Marvel Legend here. These are certainly 1/12 scaler. What I like to refer to as super 1/12 scale. So you know, 6.5-inch figures. they are that like 1/12 action figure scale, not 1/12 proper, which is really nice. And when you compare them to the previous movie Masterverse figures from Mattel, you can see that they absolutely, you know, are dwarfed by the previous Masterverse figures. Also really great and really detailed, but definitely on the larger side of things. So these figures I think are going to fit more in folks' collections than, you know, the Masterverse figures did. And yeah, you can see, I mean, they, like I said, they just absolutely tower. So if this is you know, the new inroad for a lot of people and potentially new fans of Masters of the Universe, I think this is a pretty great start. I think it's a cool sign of things to come, provided we see more articulation and action figures like this. So Masters of the Universe comes out this week. If you are watching this video when it is new, we're just days away. So Friday, June 5th, I think it is, June 4th, something like that. Masters of the Universe hits theaters everywhere and relaunches one of the most iconic toy brands to ever exist, and hopefully exposes it to a brand new audience, and we get to go to the theater and have some fun. And I mean, hey, after Mandalorian and Grogu, it would be nice to have back-to-back toy movies, because then we get Toy Story 5 right after that, and then we get Spider-Man. So it's just, it's been a good kickoff to the summer, if you will. So let me know in the comments below, are you going to see Masters of the Universe this weekend? Are you excited about it? Is it totally not your thing? Either way, I'd love to hear it. While you're down there, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, go ahead and follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, X, TikTok, all the places where we're constantly posting toy news, deals, availability, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then, of course, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting, you can find us wherever you enjoy podcasts. Simply search for Adventures in Collecting, or go ahead and hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. I have the power. You have the power. As always, until next time.